So, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our masterclass on effective presentation and communication. My name is Himangshu Shekhar, and I'm delighted to be your host for today's session. In an era where communication is the key and mastering the art of impactful presentation is more important than ever, whether you're speaking to a room full of colleagues, pitching an idea in front of clients, or whether you're presenting at a conference, the ability to convey your messages clearly and persuasively can make all the difference. Today, we are incredibly fortunate to have with us a distinguished guest who is an expert in the field of presentation and communication. Mr. Varun R is a founder and marketer currently building Your Dost, an emotional wellness platform. He has extensive experience in leading initiatives and teams across marketing and business development. His insights and strategies have helped countless individuals and organizations communicate more effectively and achieve their goals. During this session, Varun will share valuable techniques, practical tips, and personal anecdotes that will not only enhance your presentation skills, but also boost our confidence as communicators. We'll have a comprehensive talk followed by a Q&A session uh, where we can deep dive into your questions and experiences. So without further ado, please join in welcoming Varunar. The deck belongs to you, Varun.
Uh, Hey guys, hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm just going to share my screen. Just a second, guys. Yeah, guys, I'm back actually on my internet got dropped. Just a second. Yep. Uh, Hi, I'm not going to speak for the next few seconds. You can just observe the slides. Yes, 10 seconds are over. I know that your attention might have slipped. You might have otherwise reading the messages what I have been showing, and would like to know your thoughts. And let's start by doing an activity. Can you write a one-liner about you? I've told my about myself through a series of slides. Now it's your turn. Can you please write a one-liner about you? And it could be anything. I mean, it could be anything. It's like a pitch. You're pitching it to, say, an investor or a recruiter or a person who is going to, see you as a first mentor. Just write a one-liner in the chat box. Can you please do that? Traveling and speaking. Hi, Rupta. Thank you for sharing that. I'm expecting more. Uh, Please, guys. I mean, it is an interactive session, right? I believe that you could share more in the chat box. Anything about describes you in one line. All right, computers love learning. Others, I'll give few more seconds, 10 seconds. Yeah, someone has raised a hand. I like exploring new things. I like to tell and listen stories. I like learning and curious and quick learner. Student pilot turned software engineer, now studying AML, curious and supportive. Great, great, great. Oh, love sleeping and procrastinating scrolling. I mean, that's definitely a good skill in these days. Playing guitar, love swimming, watching YouTube, traveler, explorer, and curious about tech. Inquisitive person by nature who like to poke his nose in everything. Oh, nice. Like entrepreneurship and innovative service. Great, great, great. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Let's just get back to the presentation again. All right. Yeah. What did I do here? I mean, definitely you guys know my name right now, right? I mean, my name is Varun, and it's very difficult to capture audience attention, but I believe that at least some of you might remember my name because you have been hearing it from last few years at least while sharing the posters, seeing the social media, and now I am going to say that I am Varun again. Now you guys have remembered name, and what I say might be some relevant to you because that the team has built some context saying that I'm an expert in the industry, but I can assure you that I'm no expert. We are all learning at this point, right? Okay, so we have done this activity. Why? Because we just wanted to understand exactly what you are trying to communicate. What makes a presentation interesting? That could be anything, right? I mean, you have written a one reel about you, and now I have seen that a person wrote procrastinating is what he liked to do, which is good, which actually caught my attention because he was very honest. That actually was different from what others has written. So that actually definitely caught my attention, and some others will say that definitely something else might have caught their attention. What can we do? That is a question to make a presentation interesting. Right now, I have started with a series of slides. Right, I mean, in my, I have tested this with few audience, and they have found it very interesting, and that's why I've kept this here so that you guys also have some curiosity around me. So building a story on what exactly you want to do, that could really work. Say it could be data, how you present the data, or a mix of both, or even certain problems you will like to present and solutions for that. That could make a presentation interesting. But I mean, definitely there is a but of that, because I definitely think that it's you. So that's where the key skill of a presentation or a best presentation lies. I believe that it's you. All of you are from different backgrounds. I mean, some of from are Gujarat, some of from you guys are from Maharashtra, some of you are from Kerala, Tamil Nadu. I mean, different states across India, or maybe even from outside. And I believe that every one of you is from a different background, trying to solve a different problem. You guys came for engineering, data science, or any course, whatever you guys are studying right now. You guys have some vision. You guys have something you have done in the past. I have seen that one person said that a pilot turned into AML engineer. That's definitely a great thing. You have a story. You all are from different schools. You have studied different things. Build on that. That's your story, right? I mean, no one can replicate that or copy that because it's unique to you. So build on that story, and I believe that the power of you is unlimited, and the best presentation starts with you. Let's go step by step in what's an ideal presentation. I mean, definitely there have been questions around this, arguments around this across the world, but let's what exactly it is it one with the best data or visuals? I mean, it could be, right? I mean, best data if it's presented well, and at best visuals, it could be visually really appealing. It could be with colorful slides, or it could capture your attention with data, presenting everything. It could be there. I mean, or some others have different saying that it could actually engage audience, and audience engagement is not an easy task, right? I mean, engaging with an audience, connecting with the audience in the initial few seconds itself is very key to gain their attention throughout the presentation. I'm going to say that this is a 20-25 minute presentation. Now I'm setting an expectation, but the initial few minutes are really, really crucial. That I need to capture your attention. Right? I have to do something different to capture your attention. It could be, properly articulating things or presenting a data, as I said, right? Storytelling, and of course, preparation. It is very important, right? I mean, you need to have a proper idea of exactly what you're going to say. You can't be very random. I mean, preparation can, help you succeed in a lot of things. Uh, let's talk a important point here. How to present data. Data, you guys all know, right? I mean, you guys deal with data. I mean, some of you are AML engineers. You guys have a lot of data, and one key important thing is that from where you have got the data. I mean, source is really, really important. From where you have get it. I mean, definitely it should be visually appealing. I mean, you guys are working with a data representation tool. I mean, you can even explore Power BI and or similar kind of tools, or even a Microsoft Excel can help you with that, or a Microsoft PPT could help you with that. Visually appealing, and definitely identifying and telling the audience what is a pattern. The audience who are sitting opposite to you, can tell them, okay, these are the patterns which happened in this time period, or the framework, or the user set. It could be anything, and drawing insights from that. So the data should be presented in, at least keep these four things in mind. That's what I have seen and what I have done in the past, which actually was a successful presentation. The audience need to understand from where you have got this. It should be visually appealing. They should be able to understand with right color set, color combinations, and graphs and everything. You should be able to tell them, okay, these are the patterns, what I have seen, and then give them the insights. I mean, what is a best presentation? How you can create a best presentation, and why it is called a best presentation? I mean, what is a best presentation? I mean, the audience needs to be convinced, right? It should be a best presentation. And so I have one more question there. Are you awake? If you have, just raise your hands, please. Nice. More. Post anything in the chat box, anything in the comment. All right, all right. I believe that you all are awake. So, what exactly is the best presentation out there, right? I mean, as I said, so you need to have an idea of exactly what you're going to present. I mean, you will have, be it any occasion, be it when you are presenting your startup, or be it you are going to for a job interview, you are in the corporate world presenting to a client. You need to understand exactly what you want to convey and who is the audience is. So, if you know the audience, that exactly is a very key factor, and how it is going to be best present. If you convey the right idea, whatever you wanted to convey to that particular audience, then it's going to be a good presentation. And why? I mean, there should be some outcome also, right? There could be an outcome of you getting that deal, or you're getting that job, or you are pitching to an investor and getting a feedback or a funding, or whatever it could be. But the best presentation's definition has to be in these kind of terms, in these kind of metrics. Uh, Again, this is a very, very critical element, right? How will you capture the audience attention? Right? As far as I am concerned, or what I have seen in the past, that whenever you are presenting, be it a 60-second presentation, or a 1 minute, or a 2 minutes, or 5 minutes, 30 minutes, be it anything, any duration, be very relevant to the whatever audience you have. You have a mix of different audience. If it's a you're presenting to the general public or something like that. But if it's an investor, you know that who is your ideal investor profile, you have that. So understand that particular audience and then present accordingly. I mean, you need to have extract a certain kind of value to that particular audience. That's how you actually kind of create that curiosity, then create some value out of it. Otherwise, you will definitely lose the attention of your audience. Again, talking about power of communication. Okay, all right. Let's just take a very, very small pause here, and I am going to ask you. You guys are aware about verbal and non-verbal communication, right? And I'm going to ask you, like, when you're. I mean, how many of you get nervous when you guys present? You can say yes, no, anything in the chat box. Anything? Yes, yes, yes. Great. All right. Always, always, always. More. Yes, yes. Okay. I mean, so I'll tell you a small story before going back to the next set. This is back in 2010 or 2011. I was participating in a competition called Best Manager. This was in one of the colleges back in Bangalore, I believe. And the crowd there was a huge crowd of I think 800 to 1,000 people, and this was a final round. I have to make a presentation on a very absurd topic. I mean, it was all of random. I had to choose pick a lot and make it a sudden presentation, like 1.5 minutes to certain judges, and the crowd was already very angry, because after my presentation there is going to be a DJ. So I have that time bound, all those things are there, and I kind of goofed up. This was the first presentation I ever had in my life, I think, properly, with a crowd. So the language, I was not able to communicate properly. I was, too much nervous. My hands were shivering, and from there, I made a promise to myself that I'll prepare. I'll prepare for any presentation, and I'll actually show some confidence while I'm present. So I am why I'm telling you the story, because everyone has to start from somewhere, right? I mean, otherwise you can't go ahead. Let's go back. Let's just go back. All right. Yeah, I mean, capturing the user attention. That's where we were kind of doing that. So once the online part came into the picture, I mean, before COVID and after COVID. Before COVID, the online presentations were not that frequent as the offline presentations were. So client meeting, I was in sales, so I used to travel a lot for client meetings and everything, and it used to happen offline. I mean, even for a 15 minute, I used to travel maybe 1,000 kilometers to get that attention and understand what exactly he or she is trying to communicate through their their non-verbal and verbal communication, that both are there. But once the online came, it became very difficult. It's not that easy, right? I mean, you guys are sitting in front of your laptops, and I am sitting in front of me. I'm not able to even see most of you guys, but still I have to get your attention. That's the challenge. And as you go forward, this online meeting presentations are going to be very frequent than you think. You guys have to capture the attention of the other person without even seeing them. I mean, you have always have the option to turn off the camera, and even you will be on mute. But at the same time, you have to capture attention. For that, what will you have to do? You have to present things which are very much relevant to you, or at least make sure that those who are present in the as in the audience, or they are very much relevant to what you are presenting. It works both ways. So right now, I'm not sure, whether you are actually listening, but I'm trying myself to keep you engaged using something in the. That's why I'm asking you to type in chat box, so that I know that you are at least listen to what I'm trying to say. Yeah, this is the question I asked. I have heard a lot of responses out there. So, can you guys tell me what makes you nervous in the chat box? I mean, type in the chat box. Why, presenting a subject or a topic? Why is it making you nervous? Can you please tell me that? It could be anything, right? Just if you can, that will be great. Great. I'll give you a few seconds. Domain knowledge, stage fear, they laugh, stuttering and mistakes, lacks of domain, sometimes not prepared, self consciousness, stage fright. Okay, all right, all right. Others, I mean, yeah, yeah, good, good. I'm happy that people are sharing. People staring at me, forgetting part of the speech due to anxiety, lack of self confidence, that I'll mess up and the crowd will judge me. All right, all right. I mean, definitely makes sense. I'll give 10 more seconds if anyone wants to do that. Will crowd understand my part? Hesitations. All right, all right. Makes sense, makes sense. Okay, fear of judgment happens. Forgetting the lines, of course. All right. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's just get back to the presentation. Yeah. So, what I was trying to understand exactly why this nervousness is happening. Often it happens because of lack of preparation, as many of you said, right? You exactly don't know what to speak. If the presentation is for 20 minutes or 25 minutes, be let's take the time factor away. Even you want to convey a particular topic to someone that you're not prepared, that actually cause nervousness. You don't know what exactly to say, or how you guys want to communicate, or how you will answer this question that is there. And when it could happen, it could happen in multiple ways, right? Once you are entering to the stage or entering to the venue, or even couple of days before the presentation, or even during the presentation, it can happen. Sometimes their anxiety levels will go really up, that we can see that crowd will be looking at us, people will be staring at us, they will be laughing. But what is your objective? That you have to understand, right? Your objective is not to make the entire audience happy. Your objective is to convey what you are about to do. For that, definitely preparation helps. I'll come to that slide later. But understand when are you going to nervous, and try to compensate that by making necessary changes to that. And how you will get nervous. I mean, it could be anything. I mean, sudden things, and you will get suddenly out of breath. Your hands will be shaking. You will you won't be able to make proper eyesight, and all these things are there. And as I said, right, I mean, all these things definitely, contribute to making us nervous, and it is not good. How can we tackle this? First thing, content. Many of you have said that forgetting the lines, and uh, uh, not able to remember anything, or preparation. All those things are there. Be very very clear with what you are going to present. Have this, even if you have prepared the slide, have a look at the particular slide multiple times. Make sure that the what content is going to appear on which part, which slide. Be very very clear with that. Second thing, back your statements and everything with data. That is also important, because once data is there, you don't have to speak. You can give audience time to look at the data and analyze, and then you can actually help. So that will actually slow pace and everything. So once the content, you are very much familiar with the content, try to put a good data points, The audience can read. You don't even have to say anything at that particular time. You can take a small pauses in between, so you can calm down. That is there. I mean, definitely breathing and everything helps. But this is the time when actually you can do that on stage. So try to put very, very valid, good data points. And understanding of the entire audience, understanding of the entire deck, everything is really, really critical. That's why I'm saying, right? I mean, preparation trumps everything. You need to go through your slides multiple times. You need to be master of that. Even if you have prepared it, you have gone through it, just go through again and again and again. And confidence. I mean, it's not easy to show confidence on stage. I mean, online I can do, say whatever I want. I mean, now it's online, right? But still, if it's a stage, right, I mean, I'll be facing 500,000 audience. I mean, there's a chance that you have a tough time facing this many audience. But what I can assure you is that I have been there. Almost all the orators or people who present across, be it a salesman or anyone, everyone has a certain starting point. Unless and until you go there, face the audience, slowly take that fear out of yourself, you won't be able to do that. So what I suggest is that start small. Starts with small presentations. Try to participate in all the competition. I mean, there are any number of competitions in Unstop and everything, right? Go present it, be it online, offline, everything. Make mistakes. So I have been presenting business plans from a long, long time. So I have understood that, okay, business plan, this business plan, started making shitty presentations, presented it to multiple people. Then I got to learn. I mean, I made a lot of mistakes, before learning at least exactly what is 1% right. So what I trying to say is that, building confidence is not easy unless and until you guys do it. You won't be able to kind of, come back it and present it. Presentation strategy. I mean, there is no strategy as such, because most of the things, as I said, right? I mean, content is the key, as preparation is the key, or data points are the key, and comparing everything. You have, how much control you have over you is that mainly the key. Uh, I mean, presentations can be anything, right? I mean, even one-liner which you have mentioned, that is like be heard. I mean, I have noticed few profiles from that one-liner itself. No, even making a sale, you need presentation. You need to have a good strategy to kind of make a sale. Recruit new talent. You're an HR, or even for the committee. You guys, this organizing this, you guys are recruiting new talent. You guys need a solid presentation to convey what you guys do. Otherwise, no one will join. Even raise funds. I mean, I know that many of you wanted to go into entrepreneurship. I mean, to raise funds, you need a kick-ass presentations. There are n number of great presentations available online. You just go have a look at it. I mean, even now you guys will be presenting a lot of projects. You need to have a proper strategy. You need to be following all these things which I have discussed, or there are many more, in fact. And corporate. I mean, and every day you will have one or other presentation. These are there. This slide I'll just take a pause. All right. And now I'm going to ask you, when is the first time you guys gave a presentation? Is it in college, before? I mean, you guys can tell me if it's college or before. Okay, I'll just pause for a second. You guys can, type in the chat. School, college, nice. Class 4, nice, nice. 10th grade. School speeches. I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, speeches could be there. College, school projects, and class 9. Nice, nice, nice. Didn't give any yet. All right. Okay, school, school. Nice, nice. It's great, great, right? I mean, you guys have started from school. All right, school projects. Nice. See, what I wanted to tell you is that at some point of life, we might have to present something to someone. Even, uh, you guys are organizing events or anything, and events to a sponsor. That is one example I'm giving. Or as a candidate, you have to pitch yourself to a corporate, or even as a person working in corporate, you have to show something to your clients, even to internal teams, managers. Every day, you will have some of the other applications of presentation. Even pitching yourself for presentation. Even if I take an example of the dating apps, right? I mean, you guys will be there. Even on dating apps, a proper way of presenting yourself, it's very important. I mean, you can't just say put a random photo and put a bio and say that, okay, this works. But no, Psychologically speaking, definitely you have to have an advantage, or you need to plan and prepare your profile accordingly. So everywhere it has a life application that grows, and not just the formal corporate presentations. Everything matters. Alright, let's just get back. Before going further, any questions you have at this point? Because the slides will end very soon. So if you guys have anything, you guys we can discuss right now. Nice. Someone has told, yeah, Dhruvrati, be a new YouTuber's video. I mean, yeah, everyone has different, presenting styles, and if you're liking it, good, good. There are good examples out there. Any questions, guys? Anything which you guys wanted to ask from what I did, what I said, or anything you guys wanted to, clarify? See, there is no fixed format as such. For sure, there is nothing like a fixed, format as such. Again, first of all, understanding audience and what you wanted to convey. If you are presenting a project, right? If you are presenting a project, then you need to understand, okay, what exactly the elements of the particular project, to whom you are presenting, how you are solving, what exact problem you are solving, how exactly you are, solving it, what is the time frame, who are your teammates, why your team can solve this, what are the resources you require. All these things comes, right? I mean, if it's a sales presentation, the client problem, client pain points, your solutions, all this, it varies from stage to stage. The entire idea is to understand who exactly is your audience, present what exactly you want to do, and go accordingly. How to overcome stage fright? I mean, practice in front of mirror. So that's I've seen a lot of people succeed, by using that method. Practice in front of mirror. You will get an feeling that you are facing an audience. Do it in front of your teammates or friends and family. Do internal group presentations. Do in front of few people first. That way actually helped even for me. Actually, initial days, everything, we had a startup back in 2014, and that time when I used to try to present to investors, I used to present it to my teammates first, so that I'll have more confidence. They have their own doubts. I'll get more feedback on my presenting style and everything. So we used to follow this method continuously for the last few years, presenting in front of teammates. That actually helps a lot. So that you will have more confidence while going out in front of a good set of audience. What are the key differences that we have to keep in mind while presenting online versus offline? As I said, right, I mean, non-verbal communication will be very much prominent, especially in offline while facing a crowd. And online, all you have to do is your presentation, and I mean, your only way face is visible, but your presentation has to be very much capturing the audience. But offline, your presentation has to be good, but at the same time, your body language, everything should show so much confidence, and they should feel that, okay, you are the right person to present this idea. So that particular thing, I think offline is more prominent, the body language and the non-verbal communication part. But online, as I said, right, it's very difficult to capture the attention of audience. Right now, we are living in the social media generation. Our attention span has become very, very low. So capture someone's attention for 30 minutes is not easy. So you have to keep on working that, understanding the audience, and keep on working that. How to be good at storytelling for better engagement? So as I said, right, I mean, it's your story. If you're actually telling your story, what you have felt, what you have gone through, you won't find any difficulty, because it's your story. You are not going to forget that. You are not going to goof up that, or not going to forget the lines. Just prepare a way to tell your story in a way, so that you can be ahead of many people. So if especially if you want to build a startup from a problem you have faced in life, just build on that story. Find a way to kind of present that. So why I'm telling you this? Because it's your story. You can tell this much better than anyone else. You have that advantage. So figure out that. uh okay, I think we can pose a question at the start of the presentation for discussion, which can attract the attention of participants. Yes, yes, definitely we can do that. There is no harm in kind of doing that, because initially getting a survey from an audience, that actually will be definitely good. So audience will also, okay, think something. So what I try to often do is that try to capture the attention in between, because initially people will have some kind of attention and it will tend to drop in between. So try to put some element in between the slides and try to get the attention. Okay, 1 second. Connect with them online. Yeah, absolutely. Online also, it's very easy. What to do when we know that a crowd is being forced to sit in the first presentation, but actually may not be interested in talk. I mean, definitely it happens in all the colleges and even in corporates. I believe corporate trainings, everything people have to force. So the thing is that create some value out of it. I'm not saying that you will be able to 100% match audience expectations and everything. So there will be someone who will find some value out of that. So find happiness in that. So try to engage with people, see who is responding, try to engage with them more. Generally try to understand the crowd and the audience before you start there. 1 second. Uh, I think I have lost the list of questions once again. Offline stage fright, storytelling, innovative techniques, or technologies have you found to be particularly effective in enhancing presentations? To be very honest, right now the technology is like really good, right? I mean, I'll just wind up my presentation. I'll just go back to this. So, talking about technology and everything. Okay. So wanted to discuss about GPT-4 and copy.ai. There are n number of AI tools which actually is there to assist you in creating kick-ass presentations. There is even presentation making tools. But what I these are assistants. The thought process, the prompts, everything is coming from you. So technology has gone really, really forward. So all the 40 people in this room can use the same tools, but the outcome will be different. That's how I see it. Everyone will have to access to GPT-4, but for the same presentation, your outcome will be different. It depends on the person who is going to give the particular input. So your skill lies there. How you are going to give that particular prompt or input. There, that is it's just assistance, right? I mean, it's not something which is going to be created your presentation out of thin air. You have to give good prompts. You have to kind of articulate your thoughts. You have to say that, okay, I want this to, you have to do your own research. All those things are there, but at the same time, you can use these tools because technology has gone so far. So let's embrace that technology. Let's use that. All right. Just a second, guys. I think I have not shared that. Yeah. So what I was trying to say about GPT-4 and copy.a. So these are the tools which definitely you can use to kind of uh, you know uh, do that. And as I said, right, I mean, your prompts actually determines how the outcome is. So be very careful, be very cautious. uh how to review if your presentations went right? Should we only look at the results it generated? So feedback is very important for any presentation, right? I mean, after this presentation, I think this team might be collecting a certain feedbacks from you guys. Guys have to do. And while presenting to an audience, you can ask them informally, formally later, saying that how is the presentation. While presenting your teammates, that's the best thing, right? I mean, you will get honest feedback. So try to get these feedbacks, and then only you will be able to improve eventually. So try to get that. I mean, result, everything will be, even if it's a very bad presentation, sometimes the product will be sold because the client actually looks to buy that, but your presentation is really bad. The other person might not buy it. So get the feedback from client, or someone who is actually with you, who has seen the presentation. Get feedback in any ways. How much role language plays? Some people are clear presenting there in Hindi or mother tongue, not so good in English. As I said, right, I mean, understanding the audience. Recently, the CRED founder Kunal Shahi was also mentioning that you can present in Hindi to Hindi audience. You can present in English with who are comfortable in English, or who only want to speak in English. Especially people from South, right? I mean, Hindi is something which they can understand, but it's not, 100% clarity won't be there. So understand who your audience are, how many people are, kind of, knows this language and everything. So choose your language accordingly. And I know that it's not easy to present continuously in English. It could take some time, but the more you practice, the more it will beneficial. So once you go abroad, or doing a presentation to international client, you don't have any option. You have to present in an international language or in English, right? So one of my friends just writes down points and then makes things up on spot instead of memorizing the lines when he presents with little to no rehearsal, but it's super hard to master, right? Uh, it's a good technique, right? I mean, some people just need this kind of thing. But what I have seen is that people who kind of prepare really well triumphs over a long period of time. Even I, like initially was doing that. I like to do things on spot. I like to kind of do things in the last minute, prepare something and kind of use my command over a language, or something I'll kind of come up with on spot. But still, I believe that to capture the attention of audience, you need to have proper preparation. And when you feel that you're underconfident, or you lack certain plans and everything, you prepare, you be confident with the content you have. Stage fright and everything is secondary. Once you are in that particular spot, I think the stage fright will definitely go. So my suggestion is, prepare things in advance, kind of practice it multiple times, because I think preparation triumphs most of the things. Getting attention of audience continuously over the topic after a period of time. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you guys, do I have your attention? Do I have? I mean, just, yeah, thumbs up, yes, no, anything. Yeah, thumbs up. Great, great, good, good. Happy to see. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you, thank you. Yes. So it's not, there is no magic formula to it. So even if I am not addressing to 100% of you, at least I'm pretty sure that 20 or 25% of you find whatever I'm saying is valuable. So that's my success. So my metric is that much. I mean, I can't address to 100% of the audience, because definitely you guys also have a lot of things going in your mind. Even if you lose a slight focus, you will, the mind will take your thoughts into some other direction. It's okay. So you are not going to present for 100% audience. You are, you are, you can present to people who find some value to that. So keep on. So preparation, and try to understand those kind of audience and engage with them continuously. That actually helps you. Uh, okay, one second. Getting attention, prompt engineer, preparing a script for a PPT presentation works. Definitely, definitely. So in corporates and everything, right? I mean, even if you're presenting the product, you will have a script. You will have a script, I mean, based on the slides itself, and you will definitely have a detailed script on exactly what you have to say, when, in what slide, what exactly has to be there. So if you, even if your project presentation, right, try to create a script. Even don't by heart it, that's what I say. Try to practice it, at least, say what, when, where, so important points and everything. But you know having a script is definitely good. There is no doubt in that. All right, guys, I think I'm almost done. Yeah, yeah, this is yes, yes. Let's discuss few more questions. See, I didn't want to overload you guys with a lot of information, so it's just consider this as a beginning, right? Whatever I have experienced, I have just tried to put it in the slides. So that's it. The main suggestion which I wanted to tell you guys is that, to overcome stage fright and everything, start somewhere. That's one thing. Second is that, be very confident with what you are going to put. Be very confident that prepare, plan, get sufficient data, present it well. All those things definitely matters. And please continuously prepare for that. I mean, even our prime ministers use a script on. Yeah, they use teleprompters. Even UN, or TV. I mean, news reporters use teleprompters, right? Everyone, if it's a long speech, you know, it's very important to convey what exactly you want to convey. You can't miss any data points or anything. Then use teleprompters. I mean, presentation is an aid of what exactly you wanted to convey, right? It's not exactly the entire medium. The audience will look at this and read. It's just an aid. It's just to assist you. The presentation is assisting you to convey what exactly you want to convey. So you have to be prepared. You have to know exactly what you want to convey, not just rely on the presentation. So that's why I kept the presentation very, very minimal. I don't want you guys to go and read things. I want you to guys listen to what I'm trying to say. So, what was the process for this presentation? Again, my So I have done a similar presentation in the past to a group of students in one university in Bangalore. So I just modified a bit, to be very honest. And again, for you guys also, I know that the audience, you guys are learning, and you guys wanted to understand some of the basics where what I have seen. So that was my thought process, to keep it very very simple. So and I chose a mode where which was tested and tried. That's why I chose this particular color schemes and these things, because last time when I presented, I believe that it was engaging. At least some people find it very different from the regular presentations. So that's when I chose this. So that's why I did this. And as I said, right, I mean, this is a very very minimalistic presentation. The presentation can be impactful anyways. It necessarily not have to be very colorful, visually appealing, with data points, everything. If you can speak really well, even one line presentations are ideal. But again, as I said, data points cannot be presented using this. You need to put concrete data in such, with proper representation and all. Any other questions, guys, please? Anything you can ask, anything. I mean, whatever, I'll be able to address depending on my knowledge. How do you approach structuring a presentation for maximum engagement and retention? And I am also posting my LinkedIn profile on chat. You can just kind of connect and connect with me. How do you approach structuring a presentation for maximum engagement and retention? So it's very important to understand who is your audience. That is one. Second, what you want to convey. So because in the presentation also, I have mentioned, right, I mean, it could be anything. Be heard, make a sale, recruit talent, raise funds, project, or corporate. What exactly you want to do. So the structure and everything depends on these things. So if your project, it's very important to show that the project is a success. The final project report, right? I mean, the project has been done and it is proved, and you're happy to hypothesis is proved. So to show that it is, that's how it should be structured. For a startup, saying that you are solving this problem which no one else can, your team is the best team in the world to solve this particular problem. No one else can beat you. If you start right now, you will be able to reach 100 million. So that's how a startup presentation's outcome should be. Corporate, again, client, sale, and all those things will revolve around that. So that's how I actually structure a presentation, to understand audience and what exactly I want to do. LinkedIn, yes, I have shared. Can we present a good attention gaining presentation video made by AI? Absolutely. I mean, as I said, right, I mean, AI is a aiding tool. So it's us who decides how it should be used. The prompts are given by us. Basically, whatever we want to do, whatever, as I said, right, I mean, the 40 people using the same tool will have 40 different outcomes, because each one of you is, unique and different. So that's what AI is. Unless you give something to work for that engine, when you guys are AIML, there are engineers, right? You guys need some data set initially provided for that AI to work on, build on something, right? All right. Yeah, should can we ask questions in between our presentation to the listeners, or is it? I mean, again, depends, right? I mean, if you are feeling that the audience is losing interest, or if you feel that okay, the audience might lose interest because it's a very, different topic, something like that, you can. I mean, it's you who is presenting. It's your stage. The listeners are just to understand. Okay, okay, this is what it is. He is the best guy to do that. For a project guide, okay, the project is success or not. You can ask project guide in between, some questions saying that okay, this. You can ask an investor in between, so be it anything. I mean, I believe that you will be, you can ask questions in between. If you got such a set of audience who are not at all paying attention, how to deal. So first of all, again, online and offline, right? Or online, it is very difficult. I try to prompt most of the people to type something in the chat so that I can see that at least some of them are listening. Offline, of course, I can understand when they are losing interest. I'll do some activities. I'll try to bring their attention. I'll suddenly turn off all the lights. So during one project presentation, we were building an organic fly repellent back in, this was back in my college days. And I got a chance to present to the director of the college, or some of the head of the departments, or the multiple departments and everything. So what I did was that I closed the entire room. I used hit as in hit to the entire room, and everyone started choking. It was a bit extreme. Then I opened the door, and then asked them how it is, then told them that, okay, this is the major problem. Even families with kids, they suffocate with this kind of chemicals and everything. Then I put my proprietary kind of fly repellent. Then they said, oh, it smells really nice. Yeah. So that's a different way to kind of you know deal with the audience, right? I mean, you can do anything. I believe that Bill Gates bought mosquitoes to spread malaria awareness or something. Then Steve Jobs, he pulled that iPod from his pants pocket. So there are a number of ways to kind of capture the online audience attention. It can be done initially, it can be done at the end, or it can be done in the middle of the presentation. uh, Please suggest some activities like such specifically in online. As I said, right, I mean, ask something is very relevant to you. So I'll just give an example. So if you're presenting to people who are from 18 to 22, you know I mean, right now anime is trending. You can just even ask. I'm just giving an example, like how many of you watch anime, which is your favorite anime. That is out of the context also. It could be even out of the context, right? At least I'll get their attention back. Okay, they are listening to what I'm trying to say. Then I'll link that anime to what I'm going to present. So I recently heard about One Piece or something like that. So I'm not a fan of anime, but still, from conversations I got. So so try to engage the audience by bringing something which they'll relate to, or which they can find some value out of it. It could be out of context as well, but then link them back to the content.
Okay, so one question.
That's just a second.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So one question on the behalf of the audience is, especially in offline interactions, how important is body language and non-verbal communication in presentations, and what tips do you have to improve in that area?
Uh, to be very honest, as I said, right, I mean, you have to show confidence. How will you show confidence? You have to stand there very, very prepared. Whatever questions are coming towards me, I'll be able to answer. Second, make sufficient eye contacts. I mean, that is also very important, because if it's an audience of 10, you can actually make eye contact with all the 10 people while presenting. Try to do that. If it's a 500 or maybe 200 or 100, try to look at least, to the back, to give them some attention in the middle, in between, to the back, so that they'll also feel that, okay, there is something happening. Okay, this person is actually looking at us. He's trying to convey something. So our face is a very powerful tool, right? I mean, we smile a lot. We convey emotions through our face, and when we look at them, saying that, okay, this is how it is, and telling them, okay, this is how it is done, and they feel, okay, this guy is telling to me, oh, nice, nice, okay, let me just see what exactly he has to take. So that kind of things has really worked out for me, and I think most of the presenters will agree to this. So you know showing that confidence, facing the audience, maybe you can walk around a bit, but don't block the screen, because screen is also where people will be looking at. I mean, not too much, too much walking around also not appreciated widely. Looking at the audience, seeing if you can make eye contact with few people, trying to tell them, okay, this is why it is. So all these things are actually, kind of good, show of non-verbal communication.
Guys, if you have any other questions, you can write in the chat.
I think I have addressed almost all the questions which was posted on the chat. I believe that I have not missed out anything.
Okay, so I will ask one more question from the Google Forms that we have
Please. Yeah.
yeah, passed down. So the question is, how do you approach structuring a presentation, as in like the organization part, for maximum engagement and retention?
Yeah, I think someone also has asked this question. Okay, I'll repeat it again. One thing is trying to understand what exactly you're trying to do. What you want to communicate. Is it a project presentation? Is it a client presentation? Is it a to an investor? So that is first part. So my thought process usually is that I try to create the first slide. So that first slide is like an index slide. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What exactly is the 10 points which I wanted to kind of do in this presentation? Then I'll start putting the title of the particular 10 slides. I'll create the put the headings. Then I'll start working on each of it. So that's how I actually kind of structure it. So basically this will have problems, market size, solutions, why we are different, about my team. I mean, I used to present a lot of investors, so that's how it was. when I was doing sales pitches, is mostly begin with the customers segment. What exactly the customers are facing challenges with. The customers. These are the kind of solutions that exist in the market, but we are the best. We are solving these pain points. We have these many customers. They have these many feedbacks. So the structuring mostly depending on what exactly you have to do. Right now, you might have project presentations, right? As I said, I mean, the ideal case is validating the hypothesis. You were saying that okay, you can do this particular thing, and you say that okay, over the time period we have put this many resources and we got it this done. That's a success. So conveying but this particular thing to the project guide could be considered as a successful presentation, and that's how the structure should be. If we get an output of the question that we don't know the answer to, then do we accept that we don't know the answer, or should we make up some? I think we should tell them that we don't know the answer, and definitely, because if we don't know exactly what is, and if it's not relevant to you at all, you can say that I see we this is not exactly relevant to what I say, but I appreciate your questions, but currently I'm not in a position to answer this. I'll ask some of my teammates, or I can answer these questions outside of this particular meeting room or the presentation hall later. You can say that if it's not relevant to you. If you really don't know the answer, you can tell that okay, my team member will be able to address this, or I'll be able to address this outside. Then that is also one way you can tackle that in a positive way. I don't know why I tend to laugh whenever I go for my PPT presentation in front of my class. Along with this, I am nervous too. See, laughing is not bad, right? I mean, I do tend to laugh a lot. So having a pleasant smile, having a positive vibe all over the place, that's really good. So use it as an advantage. I mean, while presenting good thing, I mean, keeping a smile. I mean, there's a difference between smiling and laughing. Don't laugh very loudly or such. But having a smile is definitely good. So do that. And also tackle your nervousness. So understand why exactly you are nervous. Is it because you are not prepared? Is it because you are facing, having a stage fright? Is it because you feel that whether I am capable enough to do that? So all of this, trying to understand exactly what makes you nervous, and find solutions for that. How can we leverage AI for presentation? I think I've mentioned it again. I'm going to mention it again. So there are n number of tools, right? Everything depends on what prompt you are going to give. So you will be giving a prompt which is like unique to you, and it should be in really in detail. What exactly you want, who is the audience, what do you want to convey, what is the data set you want to follow. All those things are there, right? I mean, it a lot depend on what input you are going to give. Then definitely you can leverage AI. What should I do? I think understand why exactly you are nervous, man. I mean, is it because you are kind of not prepared, or you want to kind of you get anxious around people? Understand why exactly is that. Try to overcome one by one. If you are nervous in front of in certain people, try to do in front of your friends. Try to prepare really well, and try to give a presentation to your close friends, maybe 4 to 5 people. Some good websites where AI can make good catchy presentation videos for us. I am not 100% sure. I have used it, but still, I definitely use ChatGPT for some of the things, because to get data sets and everything, it's very easy. Rather than a Google search, I sometimes depending on a ChatGPT also. So you will be able to find. I believe that there are a number of websites, but I can't recall anything at this moment. But just Google it. I mean, you will definitely be able to find. It's very relevant, right? I mean, videos. I think I have seen. I don't remember the tool, but there is a free version I have used once of one tool. I am not able to recall right now. Just ping me on, LinkedIn. I'll be able to, if I recall, I'll kind of drop you that particular this link. Okay, guys. Anything else? I think yeah, that's it. Yeah, over to you, Himanshu.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that is it for the Q&A session. So, Varun, thank you so much for sharing your expertise and insights with us today. Your practical tips and personal anecdotes have truly illuminated the art of effective presentation and communication. I'm sure everyone has gained valuable knowledge and feels more equipped to make their presentations impactful. I also extend my gratitude to all of you for active participation and your thoughtful questions. I mean, the presentation was very engaging, and your engagement made this session even more enriching. Uh, as we wrap up, I encourage you all to take the strategies and techniques discussed today and apply them in your own presentations and communications. And we will have a presentation competition soon. And remember that mastering the skill is a journey, and today's session is a significant step forward. And we will be looking forward to you in the competition itself. And once again, thank you, Varun, for your time and wisdom. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks. So we'll connect on LinkedIn, and thanks, Himanshu and Roberta, for the invitation. And I definitely had fun. You guys were a really great audience. All right, guys. Thank you.